I'm just curious before fair, you probably just have a lot to riff on. Like, what do you feel like in 3 months you'd want a good production manager to have taken off your plate?
I mean, I kind of have that as one of my questions here, like measuring their success basically. And I've kind of looked at it as at what point do I want myself to not be bothered? And any questions in production or that kind of thing, they're able to go to him and he's able to answer it and figure it out. I Is that 3 months? Is that 4 months, 5 months? I'm not exactly sure. I would hope in 3 months he's able to handle the production schedule and setting that up, because that's really what we've been focusing a lot on, setting that up and the changes that come with it and that kind of thing. So I think being able to set that production schedule and adjust for any changes would be a reasonable 3-month goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
There's a book that I really like called High Output Management, and my mentor helps me out with this. And I think this is what you're alluding to, Bruce, is when you bring on a new employee, you think of the outcomes first, and then you build their training based on those outcomes. Right, Bruce? Is that what you're kind of saying? No? Maybe?
Yeah. I never thought about that way, but it made so much more sense when I did. Of first 30 days, first 60 days, first 90 days. What do I want to sit at that down with them at that period, just grabbing lunch and just being like, awesome. We talked about when you first started that in 60 days in, you're going to be able to know how to run regular maintenance and cleaning and that kind of stuff. And that helped me to back into how do I need to frame the training. Now, obviously I've never hired a production manager, but this was for like other manager type roles.
So like, let's think about, okay, if they're, let's actually like do this exercise right now. If they are a full blown production manager, are we all safe to assume after 90 days, they should be fully trained? Is that pretty good? And then like, is that after 90 days, they should be in a pretty good spot, right?
I mean, you would hope so. And I think if you get to 90 days and you have some doubts, then that kind of answers your question. Maybe then you need to possibly move on.
So let's think of the outcomes for that production manager specifically to your business. After 90 days, so an outcome, and I actually just shared this Google Doc with y'all, so you can fill it out if you want, but they should take full ownership of production scheduling. Like that would be an outcome, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And coordinate any changes or adjustments in the schedule, like to be able to be reactive, because we all know it's a game of Tetris the day of, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So like, I think that is an outcome right there of like manage, create, and be able to troubleshoot the schedule within the next 90 days. Like they have to be able to do that, right? I honestly think that's probably one of like the most important ones. How would you feel if in 90 days that person like did a pretty good job at that? What would that do for you?
I think that would signal that we have the right person. And that would be the biggest thing, is that we made the correct choice. He's pretty comfortable doing this after 3 months. And then that's kind of a springboard to some of the other things that we want him to do. The production schedule is really the biggest thing. So I think if he's able to tackle that, it's a sign we made the right choice. He's capable of doing it, and he's able to take on other things as well, take other things off our plate that we're dealing with.
And you don't run a small operation, right? Like you're almost peaking $4 million. Like this is no small task, right? Does he have today, if you were to go rogue, does he have a procedure to follow to actually make the schedule? Or is it still like tribal knowledge? Is it still in your head?
That's been the biggest issue, is me and my dad are trying to take what's in our head and put it on paper. And you kind of said it earlier, everything is so situational. We do a lot of deliveries for our customers as well. So that's another thing that we're trying to line things up, deliveries going in the same direction to get done on the same day, to make sure we're being efficient on that side. So unfortunately, there's not It's not, if this happens, do this. Everything is so different depending on the situation, the customer, all of that. So we're trying to figure out a way to put together, not necessarily a process, but a better way of conveying that knowledge to them.
Yeah, a playbook.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's a good way.
I think, Bruce, I'll let you hack it. When you I think when you bring in a new employee in a small business, it's usually on the owners that they don't have good procedures, that they can't dump the tribal knowledge out. And that's usually why they fail, is because like a lot of times it's a management issue, is we could not get him in a place to be successful. And because of it, he couldn't be successful. Right. But like, it also forces you to figure out where there are failed processes like delivery. So like, I think of that delivery thing, and it's like, oh, maybe every job has a cover sheet to help with delivery, routing, or whatever. And you're like, oh shit. Okay. Right.